Okay. Good morning, everybody. Um, this is Animal Paradise. I'm making a video today. Um, I want to talk on goat farming in Nigeria. Because over the years we've come to understand that the the country where you are has a little effect or has a little um, effects on your farming. If you're farming, goat farming in Nigeria, there are some unique features about Nigeria that has to do with the grasses, the condition, the climatic condition that the animals will enjoy, and then um, um, the things available for you. There are things available for you, and then the country or the region where you live also has a way of affecting your pen, your goat pen. Are you seeing it? It has a way of affecting your goat pen. So that's why sometimes if you're farming in Nigeria, there's a uniqueness on it or about it. If you're farming in South Africa, um, they have dry grasses and they have a long period of the dry season. In Nigeria, we have a long period of the wet season, and then we have a lot of wet grasses. And then if you're farming in Uganda, there are things that also, there are uniqueness. If you're doing goat farming in the US or in Canada, there are effects, there are unique features based on the area that you are in. So these series of topics that I'll be attending to, they are basically for goat farming in Nigeria. If you're in any other country, you need to understand the uniqueness of the country that you are in and learn how that uniqueness affects your farming. Are you seeing it? We have some issues recently. Someone who has a mentor in another country was following the pattern of how goat farming was done in that country, and he was in another country. In the country where he is, they have a lot of wet season, while in the country of his mentor, they have a lot of dry season. That climatic condition affected the animals. Are you seeing it? It affected the way the pen was built, because there are areas you are in where the areas that are very cold. Those cold areas, you need to have pen that are covered, while some other dry areas you need to have pen that are open because of ventilation. The pen have to be open. And then if you have few numbers of animals, you have to cover your pen. If you have a large number of animals, you can open your pen, because the animals will be creating heat. As you have 50, 60, 70, 80 bigger animals sleeping together in one place, their body is generating and producing heat. They need ventilation. If you have 10, 15 animals and you put them in an open place where the 70 animals or 100 animals or 200 animals are staying, that place may be too cold for them, because goats are hard animals. They like to stay together. Why do they stay together? They keep themselves warm. Sometimes if you put two small goats together, or even two small animals together, you see them lying on each other. That lying on each other helps them to become warm. Have you seen it? It helps them to be warm. So that's why it's very, very important for you to understand the uniqueness of the region. I want to use the word region. The region where you're doing your goat farming. That region will influence your shelter, the shelter for the goats. The region will influence the feed. The feed. There are some regions that are very dry. You may not get so much wet feed except you make silage and keep. There are some other regions that are wet, like 9 months out of the 12 months of a year, they are wet. You can get fresh grasses. Are you seeing it? And there are some animals in the desert region. If you bring them to the wet region, there are things you have to put into place. There is a you have to create a kind of a way of regulating their system, because an animal that is used to eating dry feed, if you bring it to the south and you focus on you allow it to focus on wet feed, it may have diarrhea. That new and strange feed will flush its system. And the diarrhea may be, sometimes if it's a bigger animal, the diarrhea may last for like 1, 2, 3 days, and after 1 or 2 medications it will stop. And the diarrhea may not be a bad one if it's well handled. It may not be a bad one. Some will even have diarrhea. If you don't treat them, it will die. It will just fade off. Their system will get used to it. So, but the essence is that if you're doing goat farming in Nigeria, try as much as possible to follow the examples of the people in Nigeria. Are you seeing it? You can open yourself to general knowledge, but there are some unique knowledges that are unique to the region where you're farming. Are you seeing it? The way where you're farming, some knowledge are unique. And also, the animals you are dealing with or dealing on, sometimes we still need some unique features, some unique attention. They will need some unique attention. Those unique attention, they are unique to your region. Take for instance, someone in Uganda, South Africa, Kenya, they can talk about vaccinating their animals against Clostridium, against CCPP. Are you seeing it? Against so many other things, so many other things, the diseases that has vaccine. But if you are in Nigeria, vaccine you're open to is just PPR and lumpy skin, which is goat paws. Lumpy skin, goat paws. Are you seeing it? Those are the two major vaccines that are here in Nigeria. Peradventure, the diseases are not here too, because we are using these two vaccines and we are going along. We're going along. At least over the years, we're going along. And we've not, apart from PPR, we've not had any disease outbreak. Even the lumpy skin is in pocket places, but we advise people vaccinate your animals against them. But if you're in the Uganda, Kenya, South Africa, you have close to 8 vaccines available for you to vaccinate your animals with. Are you seeing it? In those regions, you have them. If you're in Nigeria, you have beans shaft to feed your animals with. You have corn, you have groundnut shaft and groundnut leaves. If you're in northern Nigeria, I think there's what they call kowa and arawa in the northern Nigeria. If you're in southern Nigeria, you are open to cassava peels, which is they are turning now to high quality cassava peels, HQ, CP, high quality cassava peels. They are turning the normal cassava peels to high quality cassava peels by grinding them and taking them through a process. That's in southern Nigeria. So you can see that even in Nigeria, the region you belong to in Nigeria still has some kind of dicey effect, dicey unique effect that is going to attract to your farm. I've seen it. So not to talk of when you move out. Most times it is now that we are gradually, now that the bacteria, either Bacteria mulatto or Bacteria rosicensis, now that bacteria is coming up, is now you see people are gradually getting into haymaking in the south of Nigeria, which is the east, southwest. If you divide Nigeria into two, the north and the south, we are gradually getting hay now. And that hay is even in few months, because if you plant the bacteria, you may not have the sun to dry it. Are you seeing it? So I'm going to make another video now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Animal Paradise Farm, and then like our page on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching our videos. This is Animal Paradise. Bye-bye. Okay, like I was saying, um, the region you belong to will influence so many things. So I'm saying that because of the new farmers, those new farmers that are coming up, don't just have a mentor in the US, you're following their pattern of farming, and then you get to Nigeria and you begin to see the picture is different, or you begin to see that your animals are dying, or you follow a pattern of the people in South Africa, in Uganda, in Kenya. You get to Nigeria, you begin to see that your animals are having issues. Sometimes if animals are exposed to cold, they may not be growing. You'll be feeding them, doing everything you want to do, but they will not be growing well because they are exposed to cold. Are you seeing it? So you must try your best to follow those people in your region that are ahead. Ask them questions, watch their videos. See, when you're watching a video, there are two parts of the video. There is the part that is before you, and there's a part that is behind what is before you. Try to always watch the part that is behind what is before you. Take for instance now, I'm making this video. I'm not making this video from the farm, but if I'm making the video from the farm, you watch my background. That's why sometimes when I'm making a video from the farm, I take my camera around. There is a knowledge you learn by looking at the surrounding of where I'm making my video from. That surrounding has the knowledge of the farmer has been practicalized in the surrounding. He has put a lot of things on ground in the surrounding. Then you watch. A lot of persons are agitating on slated floor. Slated floor has so many disadvantages. And then if you have good management in place, you don't need slated floor. Slated floor is expensive. If you have good management in place, you don't need slated floor. If you can be sweeping your pen every morning and allow your animals to be going out for graze, before they come, you sweep the pen gets dry, you don't need slated floor. It's only when you're doing 100% zero grazing, where the animals don't live where they sleep. The square meters you created for them is where they sleep, where they eat, where they live, where they stay. That's when you need the slated floor. And that's that for that. So, but the essence of all that I'm saying is learn what is practical, learn what is realistical in the region that you belong. That's what will help you greatly. That will save you millions of naira. It will save you millions of naira. Are you seeing it? There are some grasses also that are very good in some region. It will be very good. In the wet season, those grasses will not dry up. Maybe super napier, which is very, very good, super napier. Maybe Baccaria mulato 2 is different from Baccaria lusizensis. And Baccaria mulato 2, the seed does not grow. If you buy Baccaria mulato 2 and you plant it, the seed it will produce, you can't plant that seed. Are you seeing it? But it's very, very nutritious, very this, very that, very this, very that, and very expensive too. So all these are things, all these and so many other things are things that a new farmer must understand. You must understand them. Follow practical examples of people in your region. Visit farms, go to different farms, visit them, check what they are doing. Call a farmer in your area and say, Mr. Man, please, Mr. Farmer, can I visit your farm? Can I learn an on-hand experience? Can I learn on-hand? If possibly, you can even go and do farm attachment in somebody's farm. You have the millions, you have the money, but you need the experience. The knowledge is available on Google. It's available on every video on YouTube. Like we are talking now, is a knowledge, but there is a difference between knowledge and experience. There's a difference between knowledge and experience. The thing tying knowledge and experience together is what I always call uniqueness. There is a knowledge you have, there's an experience. The person who provided that knowledge He has his own experience. When you practice that knowledge, you have your experience. The two people in two different regions can practice the same knowledge and get two different results. They can. That's where uniqueness comes in. There are practices I will be practicing because I have very good management, I have very good workers in my farm. I'm in Edo State, Nigeria, Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. I have a very good management, or I'm the one managing my farm by myself. My farm can be going well. And you are in the same Edo State, you put somebody to be managing your farm, and your farm will not be going well. Because I have, those are the points I want to talk about today. I'm going to get there. There are so many virtues that I have: love, passion, enthusiasm, zeal, willingness for my animals. So I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning to attend to them, give them food. Anytime I'm going out, I schedule a time. I have love for them. I schedule a time, I come back quickly and feed them. But if you employ somebody to be feeding them, first of all, if you're not there, the person is going to sleep and wake up by 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. And after waking up, he will walk up and down shavishly, trying to get himself up, trying to go to the toilet, try to bath himself. Before you know, sometimes 10 a.m., your animals have not eaten. 10 a.m., they have not eaten. Then they finally feed them by 10 a.m. and get dressed and stroll around and maybe go to the bank and go to somewhere. Before you know it, is coming back by 4 p.m. to come and feed the goats again. Meanwhile, because I'm the one watching my animals, by 4 p.m. my animals must have eaten 3 times. 3 times. They are waiting for the number 4th for me to feed them. Remember, if animal is on zero grazing, the way you feed them must be concentrated in a high number of time. Goats are always eating. When you get to the house today, bring out one goat, put him outside. You see he's always eating. Out of 6 hours, that goat may even eat up to 5 hours. They roam, they go up and down, especially if you're having Nigerian dwarf. They go up and down, picking. You lock them up, you must also create that opportunity of picking. Don't let food dry in their feeding trough. Don't let food dry in their feeding trough. If you have bad management in place, feed may be dry in their feeding trough. It may be dry. So all these are uniqueness. That's why if you watch most of my videos, I keep saying, if it is your first time of starting the farm, don't put in too much animals. Don't put in too much animals. The farm has a capacity. The workers there has capacity. One person may not be able to take care of 70 animals. One person cannot be able to take care of 70 animals on zero grazing. On zero grazing, he may not be able to, because of capacity. When you have a high number, the animals are increasing, it is good also to increase the labor, increase also so many things. And then if your animals are increasing, don't forget that whatsoever animals number you are having is going to multiply after a period of time. That's why you're a breeder. It's going to multiply. So there are uniqueness. All those uniqueness is what you learn before you now know how to expand. Are you seeing it? How to expand. So that's that for that. I just wanted to create an introduction to the topic that I want to do, but now the introduction has taken 20 minutes. There's a lot to do to talk about when it comes to goat farming. Call my number 080338265 33826947. That's my number. 080-268-15320. If you have any question on goat farming, we will add you to WhatsApp group where you can ask questions, and then other people are discussing. You'll be learning. This is Animal Paradise. Thank you for watching my video. I'm going to make how about a 10 points I want to talk about on goat farming in Nigeria. So there are going to be like 15 videos that I'm going to make between now and a few weeks, and I'm going to be releasing them one. I just had that topic from our group on WhatsApp. We see people asking questions and they want to collate those questions and just create a topic that covers it. We used to do seminar, but I think the normal video like this is cheaper, and then it reaches more people. Once you say webinar on YouTube, most people don't want to watch it. But if you make a normal video like this, they want to watch it. So we can still send the knowledge out the same way. Thank you. God bless.